you, and if they're watching you, they're probably checking you out because you look damn good. Hey everyone, it's Haley from HH Fit Life on Instagram. This is my new YouTube channel. For 2019, I decided that I was going to make YouTube videos because Instagram is just not cutting it for me right now with doing full vids. And a lot of you also know that this is not my first YouTube channel and not my first YouTube video because I did at one point share my fitness account with somebody who I no longer obviously share with. So I decided that we were going to do my first video as a question and answer one because I thought it would help people get to know me a little bit more. I can get a feel of what you guys want to talk about in the future. And I just think overall it's a good way to start out a video on a channel. So the first question I was asked was, do you have a job? Do you go to school or have any other hobbies besides working out? Hobbies? No. I have a job. I actually work 2 jobs right now. I work at a gym, and I've worked there for about 5 years now. I've been in and out over the past 5 years doing other things, but I've mainly stuck with that because I just love the environment, and I think because I'm so into fitness, it just really helps me being there because I literally live there. I do go to school. I'm a full-time student in college, and I am studying social work right now. I have absolutely no idea what direction I want to go with that yet. I still have time. Gonna figure that out. But seriously, when it comes to hobbies, I literally don't have any besides, working out, hanging out with friends, doing fun stuff. Unfortunately, with school coming back around the corner, I'm not gonna have a lot of free time besides working, classes, and working out. So the next question is, where do you see yourself in 5 years? Great question. I don't know exactly where I'm going to be, but I do know that when I graduate, I'm going to take a year in Connecticut, which is where I live right now, to save some money because my biggest goal for the longest time, and that I've known this for so long, is that once I graduate, I want to move somewhere south. I love Florida. I vacation there a lot. It's my favorite area, so that's kind of where I definitely want to go first. And then probably eventually I want to move to South Carolina. I do want to be doing something with social work by then. I'm not sure exactly what route yet, but I do think at some point I want to combine fitness with social work because I'm really passionate about both. So if I can find a way to tie those together, I am definitely going to. The next question is, do you count calories? Okay, so I used to be very strict when it came to calories. So over the years, I've gotten so much better. And now, because I stay consistently with the same diet, I know I'm getting a definite 1,500 calories in. Unless I have a cheat meal, then obviously that will change. But I did use the app MyFitnessPal, which is a great app, but I am very forgetful. So I always would forget to log. I did set reminders too, but when the reminders would pop up, I would kind of clear them out, so I would still end up forgetting. But if you do want to count calories, I do suggest using MyFitnessPal. It's a really good app, and that is actually what helped me get into some pretty good shape when I first started out. Because I would freely eat whatever I wanted when I was younger. Obviously, that's not how you do it. And I started using that app, and that, I think, got me, that started pushing me to start really focusing on what I was eating and what I was putting into my body. So if you are looking for something like that, I would definitely recommend. The next question is, what tips do you have for people who want to start a fitness journey? I think some of the most important things for when you're about to start one and you want to is to make a list and write down a few different goals that you can set for yourself. So whether it be how much weight you want to lose by a certain period of time, the foods you want to start taking out of your diet and foods you want to start adding in, how you want to start. If you want to start by, if you're trying to lose fat at first, then maybe start with just cardio and set a limit for yourself. It's all about planning ahead when you want to start. So you want to make sure you know what your goals are, because it makes it a lot easier. Another tip that I have is when you finally get to, the gym, if that's where you want to start, don't let the fear of people in there who are already in really good shape or the fear of judgment get in the way, because that can really hold you back. It really can. That's why a lot of people are afraid to step foot into the gym. They don't want to deal with people staring at them. They start to feel uncomfortable. Don't ignore that. Ignore it. It's not worth it. You're doing this for yourself. You're not doing this for anyone else. So if someone is staring at you, let them stare. You don't even know if they're judging you. People are going to look. You go into the gym and everyone is different shapes and sizes. Not everyone's going to be the same. You're not alone. The day that you step foot in the gym for the first time could be the day that someone else steps foot in the gym for the first time, and they're feeling the same exact way. So you just need to remember that you're not. How do you find motivation to work out, and how many days a week do you work out? So I work out roughly 6 to 7 days a week. I do almost go every day. I know you're supposed to take rest days. I'm very bad with rest days because I get bored so easily. And if I have time to fill, I do go to the gym, even if I, know I shouldn't. But I have been better with giving myself 1 day a week off. Because it is very important for your muscles to get a break, because if you are doing that every day, and I know for me, my exercises right now, I'm pushing myself a lot harder and a lot heavier weights and more cardio, so I do know my body does need a rest, and going 7 days a week is not always the greatest idea. It really can put some damage on your body. My motivation to work out, I think because of my past with how I got into my journey, I just have this set mental note in my mind that says you gotta go. But I do have goals set for myself. And since I set goals for me and I know what I want to get to, I don't let my laziness that I do have most days of the week get in the way. Most times I'm laying in bed, I'm like, I really don't want to get up and move. I don't want to lift anything. I don't want to squat. But when I get in there and I walk in and I see everyone doing their thing and I start getting into my workout, I'm just I'm nonstop. I keep going. Then I don't want to leave and I want to stay all day long because I am crazy sometimes. But when you have the drive and you know what you want, the motivation really just comes natural. You'll get that drive to go, and there are things sometimes that get in the way. Sometimes you have a really busy schedule and you're just you know what, I really want to go today, but I just can't. Don't beat yourself up over it. Is mayonnaise an instrument? What type of cardio do you do? So, cardio and I really have a love-hate relationship. Going into 2019, and then I actually started it before 2019 even started for about a month. I wanted to do an hour of cardio a day. Yeah. That didn't last very long, so I did change the time, and that lasted a good week. I did cardio for an hour for about 2 weeks straight because I had gone about 7 months doing absolutely none. And I do know there are really good benefits to cardio, even though it is the worst thing to have to go through, okay? So I made my goal to be at least 30 minutes of cardio a day, and that I did, and some days I would go over that, and some days I would skip. But I was very good at keeping it. Is good to use if you like ellipticals. I never really was a big elliptical person. I did go through a phase my freshman year of college using an elliptical for 40 minutes. But I really only do the treadmill and walking on an incline of 15. So I put it at the absolute highest it can go. And I will walk at a speed of 4, and I'll go up or down depending on what I'm doing that day with my cardio. I also love the Stairmaster. The Stairmaster is really difficult if you've never done it before. It will hurt the next day depending on what you do, but you can do a variation of exercises on there that are really beneficial for your lower body. And it's also a really good way to burn calories. So if you're looking for cardio that's going to help tremendously with, weight loss, I suggest doing those. But in all seriousness, you need to walk into the gym and just own it. You need to be confident in yourself. You're not going to be successful with your weight loss journey, your fitness journey, whatever it is that you're doing. You need to be confident in you. You need to know what your goals are. You need to know that you can't let other people get in the way, because you're not doing this for anybody else. You're doing it for you and for how you want to feel and how you want to look. So when you walk through the doors of that gym, go straight to where you want to work out. Work out like no one's watching, because nobody is, and just enjoy yourself. It's such a healthy environment to be in, and the people there, they're all there for the same reason you are, and you need to remember that at the end of the day, you can be as afraid as you want, but everyone is there to work on themselves and better themselves. Next question. Why are you a slut? Can you tell one of my really good friends asked me this question? How many calories do you eat in a day, and do you do any cardio or just lifting and HIIT? So my workouts are mainly always lifting. I do 2 to 3 leg days a week. I do back, I do shoulders, I'll combine workouts, I do HIIT, I do literally everything. It just depends on what I'm feeling that day. I do usually have a workout set. I don't follow any fitness plans right now, so I'm not doing workouts. I'm not following a plan. Whatever I do in the gym, I either make up that morning or I do the night before, or I get ideas online from all the influencers that we do have available to us on Instagram. Those can be really helpful. They're good pointers. Next question is, has your mental health changed since you began your journey, and do you still deal with body insecurities? Your body is amazing, by the way. Thank you. Mental health has changed so much since I started working out. I started out in a very negative mindset. I really didn't have any goal to lift. I only wanted to do cardio. And this whole thing is going to be a story for another time, but I did not start out the way a healthy person would have started out. I was very negative about my body and what I look like. And it's been literally almost a year and a half now that I've actually turned my journey into a lifestyle choice. And ever since doing that, my mindset has changed tremendously. I am so much more confident in myself. I'm so happy with myself and the things my body could do. I've learned so much about me. I never knew that I was capable of all the things that I've achieved. I didn't know how strong I was mentally and physically. You just doing this, you learn a lot about yourself. And when you see changes, it's because of what you're doing. So I know this change is not coming from my neighbor, my parents, anything. It's from the food that I'm making, the workouts I'm doing, and the people that I surround myself with who have my back and they support me. They've made this just amazing for me. So my mindset from where I was 3 years ago when I had started this to right now, completely different people. About my insecurities, I have made so much progress with myself that I'm so proud of. But I 3 years ago was in such a negative mind frame, and I had so many insecurities. My stomach, my legs, my hair, literally everything. I would pick out every single thing in my body that I was insecure over. Now, when I look at myself, completely different mindset. I'm more positive. I'm happy. I love working out. I used to dread it so much. But I'm so content with where I am. But yeah, there are still things I'm insecure over. For example, everyone that is close to my heart, near and dear, knows that my biggest insecurity side of my body, you might think, well, that's kind of ridiculous and that's also kind of super weird. It's not. The right side of my body is bigger than the left side. And yes, everyone says that only I can see it. It doesn't matter if only I can see it. I feel like the whole world can see it if I'm wearing shorts, a dress, a bathing suit. It doesn't matter. There are things that I'm insecure over, even though I'm in the best shape of my life that I've ever been in, and I'm so confident in myself. I have insecurities. Everybody does. It's normal. It's natural. No one body is perfect, and we need to remember that. My body is not perfect. I can still do so much to it. It doesn't matter, though. If you're happy, and that's literally my last question for this video is, what is the hardest part when trying to achieve your fitness goals? Down to is if you are setting a very strict goal, you need to ease into it. You can't just jump into it and be like, oh my God, I can do this. Because sometimes you can't. It just, and if you have the willpower, good for you. I don't always have that. So for me, that could be one of the hardest things. But overall, I think I have done so much better sticking to every single goal that I have made over the past 3 months. I'm the happiest I've been, and I'm so confident in myself now. So I don't really worry about it too much, and I don't think that anyone else should either. You can go at your own pace. You work with how you work. That's just how. So again, thank you guys for watching my first video. Let me know in the comments or on my fitness account the type of stuff you want to see on here, what next video you want. I can't wait to post more on here. I can't wait to see where this goes. So comment, and subscribe, and let me know what you want to see for next time.